Welcome to the second episode of Awesome Moms podcast. This is going to just be a short one to kind of like, we don't have a speaker today, but we're going to get everybody kind of caught up on. We've had such a busy first half of the year. So we're going to get everybody caught up on like everything we've had going on, a couple things we have coming up. And, it's kind of just like a recap on all the just the traffic and the motion and this board has been so freaking busy, like all of our heads are still spinning, just trying to get back to reality here. So today Vanessa and Victoria are not able to join us. It's hard to get us all together at the same time because of our schedules and our kids and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And with speakers, sometimes it'll be several of us, sometimes it'll be one or two, we're still kind of like seeing where the podcast goes at this point. So I told the girls we'll start like chronological order on some exciting things that have happened this year. So Jen and I were really lucky and excited, and at least I know I was a little nervous about doing a little. I mean, I wasn't like nervous breakdown, but I was a little nervous,
I was a little nervous because it was, for those of you wondering what we're talking about, we were on live TV, and a live television segment, you just never know, like, is what comes out of my mouth going to make sense, or is it going to be word salad?
Dude, that's always what I'm worried about, okay? I'm always like, nobody knows what I could say at any given time, okay? And I'm like, am I just going to be so nervous that I just start, like, babbling? I mean, who knows? It's a crapshoot.
That is why I wasn't on the news.
And another concern is I was terrified we were going to talk over each other, because we talk over each other in real life all the time. And so that doesn't make for a great news segment if we're talking over each other when we're trying to advocate.
I will say the way that, and her name just immediately flew out of my head. The lady who hosted us, who did this segment with us, she was absolutely amazing. I mean,
Lauren Prisville, right? Is that right?
That was the one on Fox. On WFAA, it was the Good Morning Texas anchor, and I haven't watched Good Morning Texas in a really long time. So
they were both amazing. Like, obviously, they're professionals. They knew exactly what they were doing. They asked the right questions. They gave us the right amount of time to answer them. It was, for me, it was delightful. It really was. Like, after we were done, I was like, what in the world was I worried about at all, And even so much so that, like, when I look back at it later, I was like, we were amazing. We did a I couldn't imagine it really going any better than it did.
It's really exciting to be able to get our message out to people that haven't heard of us, that don't search Facebook obsessively looking for information. Sometimes our outreach can feel kind of insular with our moms, but we want to be sure that we reach other people that have never heard of us. And sometimes that's hard. And so it was exciting to have an opportunity to share the things that we do and the resources that we have with the greater community so that they can pass it on. We had a producer come up and say, oh, my nephew is on the spectrum, and so I'm going to give your information to my sister and stuff like that. So even within the television studios, we were reaching out. Other guests, I think, came up to us and said something about it as well.
Well, and I mean, I know just like working that front table, we had so many people came up that were like, oh, I heard about you on the news. I saw you in Good Morning Texas, and especially for like the resource fair in a sitting where it's not a moms only event, where grandparents could come, aunts, uncles, therapists, anybody could come. I mean, it was even like, it was the most effective it could have been for that kind of event. So I think it went great. I'm really going to do our best to maintain these amazing relationships with these anchors, Me and Lauren are already Facebook friends, doing a little chit chat, and both of them said to me, and I know to me and to Jen, we'd love to have you guys back. We'd love to have you.
And I was like, anytime you have anything about autism in the news and you want us to come on and talk, we're there.
Yeah.
We'll make
We
it
can make
happen.
we'll always make it happen for something like that.
Yes.
So
Hmm.
that was great. That was like the week before the resource fair. Uh, was it
Yes.
about a week before? Yeah. And then we had
Yeah,
the
it was the
resource
week before.
and I mean, y'all were there.
And
Y'all know.
before we talk about the resource fair, let's talk about the other things we had going on in April. Because at the beginning of April, we had two different organizations reach out and want to do fundraisers with our group,
Yes.
which was amazing. And so that was really exciting. The first one was on World Autism Day, which is April 2nd every year, in case you didn't know. Biddy and Bo's coffee shop in Frisco reached out to us and they wanted to use us as their benefactor or recipient of 10% of their proceeds for the entire day. Because as a nationwide chain, each store was looking for a local organization to donate with. We actually have several moms in our group who have kids that work at Biddy and Bo's because
I
their
love it.
mission is to employ adults with disabilities. And so when you go there and you order, your barista is an adult with disabilities, your cashier is an adult with disabilities, your server, and it's just really
Dude,
fantastic.
it was so funny when I got my coffee. Like when I went in, Danielle and Jess and we had a big group of like awesome moms that were able to go in that day. And I mean, I just love it so much that my cashier was obviously on the spectrum, and I'm like making conversation with him and stuff and he stood there and looked at me for a minute. He goes, "Okay, bye." Okay, bye. We're done.
Just
And I was
very
like,
reminiscent of our own kids, for sure,
Yes.
"Yes,
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
yes."
I
And I
will
was just
say, if you haven't had a chance to go there, you should definitely check them out. It's in Frisco on John Hickman Drive. It is not the best, like, walkable location for a coffee shop, but the actual store is beautiful. They have outdoor games and a huge patio for families, and they have the most amazing, like, cereal treats. They're like this big and they've got Oreo and Rice Krispies. They've got ones made entirely of Fruit Loops, which are my favorite.
and a bunch of cool
And
merch
they've
too.
got lots of different
Yeah.
pastries and treats, as well as hot and iced coffees.
Yeah, I mean, I bought a T-shirt. I bought some take-home snacks. The coffee itself was fantastic, but I mean, I just like a store that has a lot of merch too. And I know Jess, we went through like a bunch
Yeah.
of T-shirts. And I'm like,
We
okay,
did.
this one or
Yes.
this one. I'm like, I'll just take both. You know,
And a great
but
little bar you can sit at too. You can go with
Hmm.
friends and yeah.
yeah,
Great.
Eli picks out a hat. It says "not broken." He chose it himself, and he loves it. He's been wearing it a ton, so
oh,
Aw.
super
I
sweet.
love it. I love it.
Yeah, we also did chicken and pickle. They hosted
Mhm.
us. Um, we had a really great turnout there. I thought they gave us a percentage of sales for the night, so that was including bar sales, and it was all foot traffic that came through. It wasn't just Awesome Mom's family, so that was super
Mhm.
generous of them.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's an amazing venue, amazing like location. I think it was a Grapevine location that we went
Yeah,
to.
that was the one in Grapevine. There's
Yeah,
another
and
location in Allen, but the location that sponsored us was in Grapevine.
yeah, it was wonderful. They had so many outdoor games like giant battleship, ping pong, plus obviously pickleball courts that they had reserved for us, and just great food, great
The
vibe.
food
It
is
was
so good there.
it was really nice. Like I was grateful, and I was so happy we went out as a family. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm hoping that we can partner with them again in the future, and I really think that like our families should go out and like make an effort to get out with their kids and go visit just to have a chance to be on other Awesome Moms families, but like also
Mm,
being able to give back to our group is like the big, it's a big plus. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we always want to support the companies that support us.
yeah,
And
Hmm.
absolutely.
I mean, and even though, they didn't have a motivation or reason to support us, just the fact that they do makes me want to go in again and again and again. It's like
Yes.
we're a hub.
They do they do a ton of giving back too. They do a lot
Yeah.
of I know they partner with a lot of local other autism organizations as well, so that I've seen over the past couple months. So that's really cool.
They
And
do
I
a
know
give
Jen,
back night every week.
Oh wow, wow, wow.
That's what I
wow.
was told when I went there and visited with them and set up the logistics. They also reserved an entire pickleball court, or maybe two, just for our families for a time period that night as well. And so the kids could run around and like whack at the balls with paddles and not have to be around serious pickleball players who would be irritated by that.
Fun fact, I
Yeah.
read recently that Chicken and Pickle is like financially backed by Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Oh.
So let
Little
your
connection
inner
there.
Swifty be a fan as
Yeah.
well.
That's right.
Only I would know.
Okay, what next?
The resource fair, that was what capped off our
Yeah.
April.
Our
Okay.
biggie.
Mhm.
Our big
Yes.
biggie. So, all of our board members were there, and all of our brand ambassadors were there. And I want to just
Hmm.
take a second that we could not put on the resource fair without those brand ambassadors. They
Yes.
are the unspoken heroes, the backbone of like how we make these amazing events happen. Um,
Yes.
they're really truly like never asking for recognition. We do have the brand ambassador brunch, which Jess is always generous enough to let us do at her house every year.
With her beautiful spread.
Beautiful
Oh,
spread. The
Loved it.
hostess,
I loved it
I
this year. It was
appreciate the
gorgeous.
hostess for sure.
thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
but like we just couldn't do it
It's a
without
lot of work just to get brunch.
and
It is a lot of
They put in a lot of work. They helped set up, they helped clean up, they worked the fair. They walked around to tables and helped pass out waters and make sure that vendors got lunches. They worked the snack bar the entire time, which is a huge endeavor to work that snack
Yes.
bar.
yes.
We had a volunteer that spent almost the entire time outside at the bounce
Yeah.
house, making sure the bounce house rules were followed.
I'm
That
telling you,
is
Nobody
that
does
is
that
an
number
job.
one thankless
unspoken hero
task.
of the
It's an
day.
undertaking.
It is.
So we are so thankful for that because none of us wanted to do that.
And dude, and I'll go ahead and say who it is on here. It's Jamaica.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
is
Yes.
always so willing to do the jobs that she doesn't think other people will want to do because she's so selfless and so giving and so kind. And
Jamaica will pitch
I
in and do
just
anything,
I
and we
mean,
love her
Love
for
her.
that.
Yes.
she's
Yeah.
amazing. And I will say, I just gotta throw this in. This is the proudest I've ever been of my son, Will. Not Bradley. Bradley's like laying over on a couch, playing Switch the whole time. But my son Will, my merch manager, was I've never been more proud of him. He was amazing. He was amazing. He was taking care of little kids on the spectrum, running a Plinko board, being a step and fetch it.
Mhm.
It was an incredible day. It really was for so many reasons. I couldn't even keep track of how many vendors came over and was like, this is the absolute best resource fair that I've ever been at or attended. You have everything taken care of. And I'm like, this is a monster. This is like a year in the planning.
We
It
had
just made me
over
so
80
proud.
vendors show up.
Yeah.
Over 80 different vendors that serve our community. And we had, I believe, around 300 families that scanned our QR code, but many more than that were probably in attendance. What every vendor has told me is that it was a steady stream of people at their tables all day from 10 to
Yeah.
2. I actually attended a different resource fair recently, and the vendors there said, yours was better. Yours was better.
So what do you
Like,
I'm not
well,
defending
we
anyone
tried hard,
locally
so.
because this was put on by a national organization. So, and it had maybe 20-30% of the vendors we had. So,
We
we
put our blood, sweat,
definitely,
and tears into this.
yes.
We've been growing it for years, right? I
Yeah.
mean, we've
Well, we
quadrupled it in
started with
size at
what,
this point. We hit
6
about
vendors?
It was so. Oh my
Like
God!
5 or 6 vendors the first year in the park?
Yeah, yeah, in a
Yeah.
park, which is screams perfect for elopement. But we were babies, and we were just
Mm,
trying to do the best we could with what we had, and
mhm.
but it just makes me like so proud of like who we are now and like how far we've come and everything. And I mean, we could talk about the resource fair all day. We really could.
We are busting at the seams at our current location of Irving Bible Church. So if anybody has a good deal on a location that's bigger, we would love to reach out to us because we would love to hear about it and know about it. Doesn't have to be in Irving, somewhere in the Metroplex. I joked that Irving was equally inconvenient no matter where you live in the Metroplex. Um,
That's my
it
favorite
certainly
thing.
wasn't close to where any of us live.
Right. It's
Like
not.
everybody's inconvenienced and mad by this, so seems fair.
Yeah. So, but if you've got a great location that will give us a good deal that is bigger and indoors, and hopefully will let us still continue to bring in our vendor food and our snack bar, because those are two things some of the locations I've looked at would have to go away or we'd have to pay catering for, which would
Yeah.
greatly increase the cost to our vendors. And we are trying to keep it so that small organizations and nonprofits can participate
Right.
as well as the big national
And when Jen
organizations.
says a good deal, we don't mean like $20,000 at the Outlet Event Center.
Oh, no, no.
We're still like, help me, I'm poor.
45,000 is what they wanted for a
Oh
Saturday.
yeah, sorry, sorry,
Ooh,
sorry.
Yes.
Maybe it was, I'm sure it was an
can't
Well,
beat that.
that we
like
looked at for
under
20,000.
3,000 would be like ideal, ideal, because we were well under that, but we recognized that we had
Free.
a
Free.
free would be
Free's
amazing.
great.
But
Yeah, we
yes,
love free.
we're
Perfect.
open to ideas, so reach out to us, is what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yeah.
Sure, sure, sure. Okay, after resource fair, I briefly touched on it, but we did have our brand ambassador brunch that Jess is so kind to host for us. We were able to have, I think, the majority of our brand ambassadors. It was delightful. It was St. Patrick's Day themed.
Mhm.
It's just, I'm telling you, thank you so much, Jess. It's so nice to be able to come to
Oh,
something where I can just like walk in and be like,
I
I'm
love
just here
doing
for the
that.
party, you know?
I love doing that. I think it was actually a couple weeks before the
It was
resource.
in March.
It was
Yeah,
in
Because St.
March.
Patrick's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there was probably what, maybe 20 of us there,
Yeah.
maybe a
yeah,
little more, and it's just a great way for us to celebrate the lovely ladies and moms who help us, like we said, do, especially the resource
and
fair.
we could
They're
just
just so
talk
helpful.
and
Yes.
spend time with each other and not have to be like
Mhm.
working on a project or packing, packing bags or something like that, just
Right.
a
Mhm.
time for like us to relax and just enjoy each other's company. I think it's one of the most important things we do. Truly for like morale and gratitude and thank you giving back to these amazing women. So yeah,
Sweet.
I did want to say thank you again for that.
Oh, I love doing
Then
it.
we moved into May and we got
Yeah.
to have our mother's brunch. And
Yeah.
for the second year in a row, Scott at Dee Dee's Downtown in Frisco hosted us and gave us a great deal. Kelly got to really know
Lovely.
Scott when they went on the Fox show together, the Fox News together.
Scott's
But
crazy.
it was a great
Scott's
time.
crazy. I love him. I love him. But when somebody else is so much more high energy than me, I'm like, what's happening? What's going on? Which Scott is another connection that we got because of Jess and her family knows him. They're all in the same neighborhood part of town and everything. But Scott's generosity is just like
Off the
amazing.
charts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He had hosted a Come As You Are dinner a few weeks before. He has his oldest daughter is autistic, and so he really wanted to have a dinner just open up on a day that he's not normally open on, and just invite special needs families to come out and have dinner. And so many of us were there that night.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, and Will, my son, merch manager Will and Scott are apparently like besties now. And he's talking about when are we gonna go see Scott again? Scott wants to take me across the street to see this comic book shop and they have
Yeah.
Legos. And also, Mom, we have all sorts of stuff in common. I'm like, cool, cool. Um
New best friends. Hey. Yeah, we came to the
So,
Come As You Are dinner. It was lovely. He marketed it as no stairs, no blares, which I think that a lot of moms can understand the need for that, right?
mhm.
And it was great. Like, food was wonderful, excellent staff. They were amazing,
oh,
like
they
super
were.
lovely. We
I
had a great
love
time.
seeing a lot of families there with more severe kids on the
Mhm.
spectrum
Yeah. Yeah.
because I mean, truly, who knows if they feel comfortable bringing them to a lot of busy restaurants or, again, places where people could
Mhm.
stare at them. But it
Yeah, or
was just,
if their child's comfortable out in like a setting like that. So
yeah,
maybe
Yeah.
in a setting where,
Right.
right?
it was
and
so
and and
inclusive.
none of us parent our kids are not low support need kids. Our kids all have some
Mhm.
significant needs. None of us
Mhm.
have those college bound kids of the people on the board. So
Mhm.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
so we can relate to that for sure. But definitely we encourage everybody to go support Scott's business. Dee Dee's downtown on Main Street in Frisco, right there in downtown in the newly revitalized downtown Frisco,
Yes.
because they finally finished most of
Finally.
that construction and you can drive and walk there.
Yes.
It was.
I like it.
It was much better this year than last year,
Yeah.
uh
It's
with the
almost
drive.
completed. There's parking
Yeah.
garages that are almost completed, so parking should get a
Yeah,
lot
nice.
better and new places should be up. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, Scott just has done a great job with that dinner and said it was one of the most
Hmm.
rewarding evenings of his career. And then just hosting us for our Mom's Day brunch was a great. It's
Just
the second year we've been there and just it's lovely. Like the
And
breakfast is ready for us and just
if
Yes.
you
give us
don't
also
follow
something.
at a
Scott on
time when
Facebook,
they are not usually open to the
Right.
public.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, right. And that's so
And I
considerate
gotta
of him to do
listen,
that for us.
Hmm.
if y'all don't follow Scott on Facebook, you need to follow Scott on Facebook,
It's
okay?
quite entertaining.
Entertaining, yes.
Yes.
Like one day he's a pirate, one day it was George Washington. I'll be like, whoa, 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 come look at Scott's new video, and he's like, he's crazy, you know. So yeah, very, very, very entertaining. That was great.
Mhm.
What are we on to next, ladies?
We awarded a bunch of swim lesson scholarships
Yeah, we
recently
did.
as well, and so we have more moms getting their kids safe around the water. Unfortunately, our community had a tragedy recently in Salina that just hammers home how important that swim instruction is and those water safety skills are. And we wish we could contribute more. When you guys donate money to us, it goes towards things like that. It goes towards life-saving things like swimming lessons,
But to be
scholarships, and
fair,
things
Jen,
like that.
we did more. We gave away more lessons this year than we ever have.
Hmm.
You know,
Mhm.
and the
Well, and
school.
we just hit 75 swim lessons given in the last decade, which is like a huge
Dude,
that's a
Mhm.
that's
huge
big.
number for us, right?
Yes.
That's big for
That's
us to even hit
75 lives
75.
saved as far as
That's
we're
Yeah,
good.
concerned,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
and
drowning
these
is
are,
the number one cause of death in
Yeah.
individuals with autism,
and
and
I'm
it's just
sure,
one of our passions is to help prevent that as much as we can.
I'm
Absolutely.
sure, most autism moms know this, but maybe other people who are watching this don't know this. Is that we can't take our kids just down to the YMCA and do a group lesson and they can swim. You know,
No, yeah.
these are really expensive lessons that go to pay for one-on-one instruction with
Mhm.
swim instructors that are very experienced with kids on the spectrum. And our part of
And they're
our
working on survival skills. They're
yes,
working
Yes.
on getting out of the water safely first, not opening your mouth underwater. My son likes to swim like this
Yeah.
underwater, even at 27, and I'm like, dude, just close your mouth. Close your mouth.
The first year that Hal took lessons, it was like, stop drinking the pool water, stop drinking the pool water. And I've seen,
oh
like, I
yeah,
have an instructor who has taught at my pool for other special needs kids, and that's very
Mhm.
common. And these instructors understand that. Like when Hal was with someone who had not had previous autistic children, he's like, I don't know what to do with it, to have them stop, drinking the pool water. And so it really is important to, if you can, to find an instructor who's really comfortable and experienced working with our kiddos.
And I will
yes.
say, when my son was younger, we did adaptive swim through the Parks and Rec department of our city, and so we did those adaptive swim lessons. They were group lessons, but it required the parent to be in the water giving the instruction while the
Oh,
instructor just told us all what to do. And I
Mhm.
think all of us have experienced that sometimes our kids are not going to listen to us the way they listen to other people.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. We tried for a
Or at
while
least that's
before.
my reality.
yes, yes.
Bradley listened to Miss Denise in a way that he has never cared to listen to me before. And
That's
Yeah.
good.
Bradley was a water swimmer too,
Same
Jen.
with Braden, because he worked with Denise as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Denise. Yeah, Denise and Stacy. Stacy Calloway and Denise Anderson are two of our like most referred swim
Hmm.
instructors. A lot of it's because they've taught our kids, and we've seen absolute like, I mean, I've seen absolute miracles, from some of these
Yeah.
videos that the
Hmm.
swim recipients send in. And Bradley was a water swallower too, so much so that halfway through the lesson he may have to go throw up because he's just like inhaled so much water. And it's hard, I think, for a swim
Hmm.
instructor who doesn't teach kids on the spectrum to like understand that, deal with that, say, think there always has to be a why. Sometimes there's not a why. Sometimes the kid just
Hmm.
likes open his mouth and swallowing water. So
Right.
the swim
And
lessons are big pride for awesome moms. They are.
and these are also both instructors that are able to handle when I don't know about y'all's kids, but sometimes mine can get a little aggressive when he's asked to do something he doesn't want to do or when demands are put on him. And these are instructors that can handle that and know how to manage that safely.
They're prepared for it. They're, not
Yeah.
necessarily expecting it, but they're ready for it. Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely.
Hmm.
Sure. We're very, very lucky to have them as a part of our swim scholarship teams. And like if you get a scholarship from us, you don't have to use them.
Yeah,
You can
you
go to
can
Right.
use
a
anyone.
school that's near you. You can find a swim instructor that's near you if it's
Hmm.
hopefully within our budget, which our budget's honestly pretty good size. We've never found
Yeah,
somebody who won a
that
scholarship from
wouldn't
us
work
that,
with it.
yeah, that
Yeah.
we didn't work with them. But these are just two that we've seen these miracles like with our own eyes, and we've seen how they've worked with children, and they've worked with us so well over the years. So they're just like our number two that we refer.
Hmm.
But like everything, we're flexible. We work with our only
Hmm.
goal is to make sure that these kids can swim, and
Absolutely.
and this isn't just like you want a month of swim lessons. When you want to like an awesome mom scholarship, our goal is that you're going to take lessons until your kid can survival swim. If
Hmm.
your kid falls in the pool, in the water, whatever, they can manage to swim to the side, get themselves out, and basically save their own lives.
Yeah.
So anyway, man,
And
no.
speaking of grants, we're going to be having another scholarship grant dropping in our private Facebook group pretty soon. And that's going to be for our safety grants this year. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Safety grants are for typically equipment that's going to help keep your child safe in your home. That's going to be things like door alarms or ring cameras to monitor. That's going to be window alarms. That might even be something like a crash pad so that they can safely have a place to go if they're having a meltdown. We've even had parents that got like arm guards and leg guards or helmets for whenever the kids were aggressive towards the parents so the parents could stay safe. So, those are the types of things that our safety grants tend to cover. So that's something to be on the lookout. Anyone in our group is welcome to apply. We do look at different things. We look at the needs of your child or children. We look at the family size and what your family income is and how much impact our grant can make with your family. Am I missing
Yeah,
anything?
we're not.
We're
I think everybody
definitely
knows
we're
this. We're not made of money. Okay, like
No.
every dollar that we fundraise for, that we get, we want it to go to a purposeful place. We want it to go to a place that
Absolutely.
makes a big impact. With to try to help as many children as we can. But that being said, we're not cheap either. We understand how much this equipment is, how
Hmm.
much it costs, to keep your kids safe and an autism family. So, yeah, like I said, we're not out here, dollar bill y'all, throwing money around, but
Hmm.
we understand how much things cost.
Absolutely. And for those of you that donate to us, we want you to know that we try very hard to be excellent stewards of your money, and none of us take a penny of compensation for anything we do. We keep all of our expenses to the minimum. We really pay attention to that. So I would say 98% of the money we come in, that's a
Hmm.
guess, don't hold me to that number, um, goes directly back into our community and to our moms and
and and
not
when our
just
moms are filling out
for
those
administrative.
scholarship applications, like make sure that you're giving us a lot of information, right? Like be thorough in your applications. give us robust applications so that we have a good picture of like what your family life looks like, what your needs are, how this is going to help your
Yeah.
child, so that we can get the best understanding of how this grant will affect you and like better your lives.
Yeah.
That way we can make our best judgment when we're making a decision as to who is going to be the recipient of these grants.
We go
Sure.
through every application and we rank them, and so we look at every single one
And we do
carefully.
that
Yes.
independently of each other,
Yes.
and then we come together to make decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, who I don't remember who
So
came up
there's
with the
some,
scoring thing, but that was like the
Yeah.
best
It's
thing
it
that
was
we've ever
great.
Beautiful. Yes.
done.
yes.
And yeah,
Very
like
helpful.
be memorable on your applications. A
Hmm.
two-word answer isn't going to get me to remember who you are or make me understand the true need that your family needs, you know? Um, expand, write a paragraph, send a picture, you know, whatever you need to do. I survived on grants for many, many, many years when my son was in ABA because the deductibles
Oh,
were
it's
so
expensive.
high.
Yeah.
It, I mean,
To
it
be
cost
fair,
about,
I'm not
it
sure
cost
our
about
application allows
$1,000.
for pictures.
Oh, well, maybe we need to add a field.
Sure, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know if you
We'll
can
talk
submit
to V on
pictures
that
to
one.
our application the way it is now. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, when I was, when my son was in ABA, it was about $1,000 a month because it was about a $7,200 a year deductible, and it was like a $350 a month premium for his own insurance plan, and that was honestly above and beyond what we could afford. So I had to get really creative and apply for grants from anybody and everybody I could. Now, we also, just in case moms are thinking, as I'm talking, like, where do you find these grants? We have on our database that our awesome mom Adrian has built for us, DFW.
DFWASD.com.
Yes. There's a section on there called grants. Every grant in there, I haven't applied for every grant in there, but every grant I ever got is in there, if that makes sense.
Nice.
Grants are attainable, but again, you have to make them remember you. Okay. I used pictures. I wrote Bradley's life story. I even like wrote in blue ink, I mean, I did everything I could so that they would remember me. And every year I managed to get enough in grants to cover the majority of like my deductible and stuff. So you got to think of it that does this take a little bit more time and effort? Absolutely. But is the payoff worth it? Absolutely. So put in the time and the effort, whether it's a grant for us or somebody else. And if anybody ever needs any help, I'm not writing a grant for you. That's not what I mean. But I'm saying I have like a 3-page document
No,
on
Come on.
no time for that. Like,
I have like a 3-page document that I've put together on what is the most effective way to get grants. And I'm happy to send that to any mom at any time if they're going through that. So just message me if you need any help on that. Okay, sorry. I got completely distracted. This is what I was afraid of happening on the news thing, okay? I go off on a
Yes.
tangent. But anyway,
Coming up, we have two big events coming up. So watch if you're in our private Facebook group. Watch those events. Watch those pinned posts because that's where we post those things.
top of the page.
Yes.
Top
Featured
of the
pin post.
page. You got to look for featured. You got to sort by featured and look for those because we have our family swim party where we rent out the entirety of the Cove in Little Elm, which is a great indoor water park
it's
for
amazing. It
families.
is. It is.
And so the tickets are limited in that because of like, I don't know, fire codes, something like that about
Something important.
capacity, So apparently that stuff's really important and we can't just have open invites to that. But that will be coming out and then be watching for teasers coming up maybe end of June, maybe beginning of July about our September event, the Mommies. We're going to try and get the tickets available early so moms that get tickets have time to shop for our theme. And so we're really excited about that. And if you are not a mom and you're watching this, you're a provider or a supporter, be watching for sponsorship opportunities for any of these events as well because the Mommies could not happen without your support. We rely on you to help us and to help our moms feel pampered, and we're excited to partner with you on these events.
The bingo card is back, bitches, okay? And there is plenty of stuff. Um, I mean, it's truly like one of the best opportunities for sponsors and providers to get their names out there and stuff. And it's a limited amount. I think it's, I don't know, whatever, like 16 sponsor spots available or something.
Hmm.
And they always go
And
really,
they
really
fill up
quick.
quickly. I was
They
at an
do.
event this week where I was interacting with several different providers, and I think five of them asked me, when are we going to hear about sponsorship opportunities?
Yay.
So,
Fun.
it's
Love it.
competitive, and
I
we
love
can't wait.
working for
I said,
racing to give us
in the
money.
month of June, be on our email list. You will hear it. So if you are watching this and you are a provider or a donor and you do not get emails from us, then definitely reach out. Reach
Reach
out to
out
us
to
and we can
reach
put
out
you.
to Kelly. I'm usually the one
Yes,
coordinating the sponsorships and the bingo
because we're
card.
just going to forward your emails to her if you send them to us.
It's just easier to send them straight to me.
And that
Um,
is Kelly at awesomemoms.org.
yeah, Kelly. And I will say, man, we have been talking about it since like the beginning of this year. The mommies are going to be like off the chain this year. I mean, they are every year, obviously, but man, we got a
Mhm.
cool theme this year. We
We're
got,
really hoping to expand our guest list by a few more
Yes.
people. The venue has the space. It's been money that has been the reason that we haven't expanded. So we're really hoping that we have enough sponsorships that we can expand to meet the space of the venue.
Yeah, we
I
want to
think we
spoil
will.
extra moms. Yes, we
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
them to get to participate. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Um,
I mean, this year has been great. We've got so much cool stuff lined up for the rest of the year. We're not even going to talk about like, Christmas stuff coming up. I mean, it's just the
That's
whole
for
year.
another podcast. That's for a
it's
future
on our
podcast.
minds, though, that's for sure. We also have Mom's Night Out coming up. We won't talk about when and where exactly, but it's
Yeah.
in the featured posts.
Oh, no, no.
So if
Let
you're
me throw this in.
interested,
Events. If you go to events,
Events.
you can find it
Yeah.
no matter
Mom's
what.
night out. Yep.
And I have
That's where the
so
mom's
much,
night outs are.
Yeah.
I
mhm.
see
So we
so
have
many.
one of those coming up soon. So definitely meet up with us for that.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And
We
all the
really do
events that
try to.
we sponsor, all the events that we sponsor and we host are free to our moms and families. For some of them, for the ticketed events, we do ask for a $10 deposit to hold your space. But at the event, you can come up to any of us and let us know you would like your deposit back, and we are more than happy to give it back. I can tell you I've given back deposits at many events. I could not name one single person who's asked for it back, so I promise we don't remember or hold it against you because I have no idea who's asked for it back and who hasn't.
And I see so many posts in our Facebook group. How come I always miss the mom's night out, invite? How come this? How come this? Listen, Jess organizes these meticulously. They are always in events. If you just go to events, you might have to scroll down just a little bit, but that is where you will always find it. I mean, you can do a search in the group for Mom's Night Out, but you may have like, 700 past Mom's Night Outs come up. So just always go and look for events, and that's going to be your safe bet. And we don't post them. I mean, we post them so that moms have enough time to hopefully get a sitter, schedule that time out in their schedule and stuff. Um, it's never like the day before, we've always got
Yeah,
several
Right,
days
yeah.
on the books
Yeah.
so that
that's
moms
what it
can.
would be if I was in charge of them, but
And
Jess
I
is
mean,
more
we
organized than me.
try to make it about, 3 to 4 weeks till the next one. Sometimes because we can't work that out, it will be a couple weeks out, but it's
Mhm.
always pretty much a couple weeks
And
out.
we give a reasonable heads up for sure.
Yes.
Like,
And
Yes,
we're
yes.
trying to spread it out around the Metroplex, but we
Again, if
yes,
nobody's happy, we're
yes,
doing our job. If everybody's equally inconvenienced,
yes.
we hit the right spot. Now, I do, some
I live in
spots,
Plano. I've driven to Arlington for mom's
Yeah.
night out.
yeah. And
Yes.
some, I mean, it's just the way it is that some of the suburbs we put it in are more heavily attended. So
Hmm.
wait, will we maybe lean to do Louisville twice a year, Plano twice a year? Probably, because we know we're gonna have big attendance in those
Hmm.
areas. But we really do try to hit a little bit, a little bit everywhere, so that no mom feels like they're driving an hour
Mm-hmm.
every single month. To which I tell
Yeah.
you what, we do have some moms who would
We
absolutely
do.
drive an hour every single
Yeah.
month
That do.
because moms
Or
are
ride or
absolutely
dies who come every month, no matter what the
Mhm.
location is. Yeah.
yeah. And it's because it's such an
Yep. Yep.
important night to like recharge and see your friends and catch up and sometimes we talk about autism, but sometimes we just talk about like random crazy shit too,
Mhm.
just whatever we need to get off our chest and have fun and laugh about. So, anyway, I know we've run
And
a
if we're
little.
really
Oh,
lucky, we
Well,
get
one
an
more thing,
amazing waiter that
wait.
photobombs our group
our
picture.
website.
Oh
Did you
yeah.
Oh
want
my
to
Yeah.
touch on our
God,
website?
we
Oh,
have to talk about the website. Um,
Yes.
it's
yes.
it's up and it looks delightful, and we could not be more lucky to have found. Well, Jen found us this web designer who gave us the most beautiful website for the most amazing price. And I am not embarrassed to like give people my card anymore to go see who we are. Now I'm like, like I feel like a big girl,
Look
like
at our
what,
swanky website.
you know? And I am slowly, and I'm trying y'all, but I'm slowly learning how to use WordPress. And for other people who already know how to work WordPress, don't give me your judgmental feelings, okay? I don't have a lot of time. I feel like I'm a grandma who just got on Facebook. I'm learning, but and our great web designer is helps me when I need it. But it looks lovely. I just can't be happier with
Mhm.
it. And we're up to date. Our pictures are up to date. Our events
Yeah.
are up to date. Like our thank you to our sponsors. I
Very
mean,
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
y'all,
Check it
Very
out.
exciting.
you
And
public
also
out there have no
check.
idea how long I have
Yeah.
been crying into my napkins over here about yes, it's been long. It's been
Yeah.
so long. I'm just, I can't even express how delighted and proud of it, that I am. I feel like everything's so good. Like, we have our podcast, we have our
Mhm.
website, we have obviously best resource fair in the entire country. We have like, like our
If you
members.
like our website design and you're
Yes.
needing a design, reach out. We'll share our girl's contact
But
because
It
just
we
was
check it
want to give
so,
out
her
and share
business
the
because she gave
website.
us
Yeah.
an
Share.
incredible deal.
Yeah.
it was so much
Share
more
the website.
affordable than I could have hoped for in my wildest dreams. It truly was.
Yeah.
So grateful to her. Um, okay. Is that all? Like, I know I said it'd be 30 minutes and now it's been 50 minutes. So sorry, we go down this tunnel.
We're good.
Yeah.
We
I think
like to
that's it for
chat.
now.
What can we say?
Yes.
We don't know when our next podcast will be out. This
Because,
is
like
just
I said, all
we're putting
moms,
it in our
all with
pants.
kids with medium to high support needs.
Yeah.
Some of us have like full-time outside the home jobs. Some of us have
Mhm.
full-time inside the home jobs. But every last one of us has a million other obligations in addition to this.
Girl, look what I'm wearing. I'm in a bathing suit with a cover up. Okay, my family. Brandon's like grilling pork carnitas downstairs outside in the grill. They're all like
Nice.
Good.
We've got
laughing.
dinner ready when you're done.
So yeah, so we have to fit this in when we can and where we can.
Yeah.
So I will, we'll see you when we see you, and we'll see you, and hopefully next time we're gonna have a speaker. I'm working on that right now. Anyway,
Yay. Cool, cool.
Yay.
All right.
thank you, ladies,
Bye.
for making the
Bye.
Thanks.
time.
Bye.
Thank you for everybody listening, and we'll see you soon.
See
See
you
ya.
soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.